Again, it goes short. Now you go get it to stretch again. So that's the clencher.
Okay.
You cannot get that thing short and up. There is a spot where you can close the stifle, have him down enough that his back is up, long enough that it counterbalances his fairly long back. Like it isn't hugely long, but it needs to not be too short. Yet short enough that he doesn't rip you out of the tank.
Yeah.
So there's that balance you need to find where that is. Good, bring it, change rein, Mackie. This is looking very skilled. It's looking like a supple horse. And that all is going towards just working your horse through the body nice and sort of getting to the gist what this dressage work is all about. Now, looking at him from the ground now, Mac, and you'll appreciate this once you look at the video, where the working trot needs to go is for where the back legs track into or even over the footsteps of the front legs.
Okay.
So that is when we have enough airtime / articulation of the joints in the back legs, and that'll be your gauge for where your working trot is. So the working trot needs to be for him to overstep half or a foot over the footprints of the back leg, of the front legs, with the back legs.
Okay.
And then, of course, gets more uncomfortable. Then he wants to get the neck longer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in between those, that's what you're going to have to use your personal gauge for on any given day. Some days he may be a bit worse. Some days he may be a bit better. Good. Now let's see the canter. Make sure that he doesn't open the stifle, and make sure that he doesn't stick his nose out and use his underneck for the transition. Beautiful trot. Nice swing. That was beautiful transition. Well done, Matthew. Hugely better than yesterday.
Yeah.
Not just the horse, also your understanding. It's quite astounding to me because yesterday I kind of went, well, I don't remember her to be that mechanical because I had a pretty good impression of you riding.
Yeah.
And then when you sat on it, you had absolutely no in yesterday.
Yeah.
And now you can feel an in into his body. Good. Do you feel that gauging that transition helps you find where he tucks up his butt and gut and raises his back?
Yeah.
Good. Keep him a bit straighter, yeah. Straighten the whole horse. Drop the neck a bit more and do some more short canter transition.
So where'd she put Benny?
Drop the neck, drop the neck. Don't lose balance. You gotta keep your thighs open and sit with your ass further towards the back cantle in those transitions. And tip a little forward and let the back cantle throw your shoulders forward so you don't lose them backwards.
Okay.
So go down to trot. As you're trotting, get yourself back onto the cantle. Good. Now lean forward, wait. Drop his neck, wait. Stay back there, drop the neck. That's part of it all. There, stay back there, stay back there, stay back there, stay back there. There, stay back there, stay back there. And now make it a small transition. That's normal misunderstanding. Listen, this spot that you're operating right now is the problematic thing in the back end with the stifles.
Okay.
You look at him, he looks like he's got a good back end. It's exactly going from the 2-beat to the 3-beat is where the looser stifles pose a problem. So you got to find where there is a very good pace to do it in.
Okay.
It may be higher than you're picking it right now.
Okay.
You may kind of want to let him run a little bit into the trot as long as he doesn't lift his head up above the bit. It makes it some easier to get that transition with the loose stifles. There you go.
Okay.
If you do it too slow, he has to strain too much to get from the 2-beat to the 3-beat. If you let him run into it, he can use a bit of momentum to propel himself and use a bit of pushing to get into it. So all of this is to enable him to understand the whole thing, right? Like there's an extent where you force it down their throat, but none of it helps any if you don't make them get it. They have to get it.
Yeah.
There's a part, what I'm seeing right now, that he's, as my Holsteiners are, really not that unwilling to do the job, but there is a certain, oh, I don't really care to work that hard in there.
Yeah.
But it's not all that pronounced, right? Like it's not a huge thing. You just have to work your way around it some. Good. It's a little bit why there aren't that many doing Grand Prix either.
Yeah.
Because that last little bit of exertion and kind of get down and dirty, they usually don't come up with, but we're not quite there yet at Grand Prix.
Not quite yet.
Next clinic, okay? So no pressure, Mackie.
Oh, we'll come down for that one, man.
This is nice. Your seat's good. You're looking very good. This is looking capable, in good balance, and you look like a balanced, skilled rider. Now, what happens to you in those transitions, still, you lose him out of the circle, like the energy flies out, right?
Yeah.
So you need to almost counterbend him to not lose his outside shoulder. Okay. In the transition, so you, okay, trot's looking better. Can you feel that?
Yep.
It's that usually on those stifle horses, that the trot canter transition really help them because they can't hold on to them. And the trot, usually they fake you out nicely in. In the 3-beat, they can't so much. This is a good canter. It's beautiful, Mackie. Good. Now, next step, pick up the right lead and then yield him to the center line. Turn his shoulder left. And then when you get to the center line, go straight and turn right. So you stay on that lead. Don't make it into rocket science. Just, you will see what that does. So start already placing his shoulder to the left. Go all the way around the ring and yield him from M starting to the center line and at A turn right. So now drop his neck and turn his shoulder left, shoulder left, shoulder left. There. Shoulder left, shoulder, that's it. There he jumps good and straight and balanced. So this is going to be the next step. It deals, that's right. So this needs to deal with a little bit with his balance, and then you recognize that the second you touch